What if all human beings died? There are 8 billion people across the planet. Most of us, we are swimming through life and on autopilot. We numb ourselves at the encounter of pain that life throws at us. And we go on again. But it's a big but. Inside, we are dead. Alive but never living. Full of breath but yet you're still suffocating. No joy, no nothing. The sense of joy we seek soon becomes a burden. You feel unlucky and most certainly you have given up. Deep down, you want what others have, not just anyone, but what the powerful have, the wealthy. You crave what they have and you think there's fulfillment in it. You drown yourself in putting on a mask and looking like someone else. And it's pretty easy because you don't feel like you're someone else. It's easy because you don't have to fight yourself. To give in, you do so easily. You end up being just another crab. You might find meaning, but you're never going to actually be you. You're someone else incarnate. You're actually being unfair to the world. What you do not know is that these same people that you admire, they're not copycats. They are originals. They are true versions of themselves. They are pure, authentic, rare, and valuable. This is because they know something that you don't. They are simply woke. That's why more often than not, the sense of joy you seek soon becomes a burden. And at a breaking point, you crash and lose yourself. You resort to things that can only make you feel better. You inflict pain in yourself because you are displeased with yourself, or at the very extreme, you commit suicide. You're tired of your life. You have no feeling of what it feels like to be alive. But just hold on for a minute. You admire these people, right? So what's their story? How did they discover themselves? How are they not just alive but living? Big question, right? Let's find out. Who are you? Someone with no focus in life is like a ticking clock. To simply put it, they are dangerous. In order to know where you're going, you need to know where you're coming from. We are able to draw a lot from our past, our progress, our failures, habits and patterns that are good or bad. Our past is our mirror. We look into it to change the course of our future. So in order to know where you're going first, you need to know who you are. Who are you? So you need to search within yourself and find out who you are. Knowing who you are isn't easy. It may take years, it may take a great amount of time, but it's definitely worth the while. Because once you've discovered who you are and you're able to define who you are, you're on your path to greatness. Why is it important? Someone who is incapable of knowing who they are, they can be anything. Again, dangerous. You can either be a puppet or a tyrant. There are no limits for you. It's a limitless endeavor of profane self-gratification. Something similar to bipolar. If you don't know who you are, throwing tantrums at moments of distress, anger, use of harsh and unkind words are definitely your order of the day. You don't know how to properly deal with what upsets you, what you can't have, and when you're disappointed. For you, anything goes. As long as that release of emotion has taken place, you're good. Dangerous. No one will feel safe around you. You'll chase a lot of people and it may cost you. Worst off, you fall into a victimhood mentality. You refuse to take shape of your life, be accountable, and be responsible for it. This way, you may not actually know it, but you are barring yourself from growth. You want the sunny side of things, but not the whole season, which comes with you accepting you are wrong. You are ready to destroy. You are a cause of distraction. You shut down people. You close down friendships on something that could be solved over a mutual conversation. You become a liability. You only know one thing and one thing only. That is to destroy. So people count losses when they see you. They shun away from you. No one wants to come close to you. Ignorance. Knowledge and learning is someone speaking gibberish to you. An ignorant soul does not love. You detach yourself from people and society. Their problems are nothing to you. You care about no one but your interest. Eventually you will fall and regret this. Of course there's a bliss, some sort of bliss in ignorance, but it's only a flare. When you close out on the doors of love, sympathy, empathy and generosity, kindness and humility, you lose out. You end up feeling proud and entitled, and in real sense, you deserve nothing. Everything is worked for. No pain, no gain. Simple, unavailable. Out of sight, out of mind. When people label you a certain way and know that you are unavailable, you tend to miss out on a great turn of opportunity. In this digital era, networking is probably one of the most essential tools of attaining success. It can cut your 10-year-long success journey to just probably 2 years. When you are unavailable, people close out opportunity for you. as an option for anything good. There are problems that, if you perhaps knew about, would actually be great business opportunities for you. But because you don't care and you're ignorant, you end up losing out. You've obviously heard the term success is when opportunity meets preparedness. So if you are unavailable, how will you know when success comes knocking on your door? How will you swiftly act to embrace it, yet you're way in over your head? Relationships are key and they need to be cultivated. Availability sets opportunity for you to succeed. Embrace it, do not waste it. Selfish human. One of the most important qualities in human being is attention. Everyone wants attention in some shape, way, or form. From attention, you get attachment. And it is through giving people attention that you actually get to understand them, because you've spent a good amount of time with them and they also get to understand you. It's actually attention that helps us remember what someone said, what they did, and whatever it is they talked about. However, a selfish narcissist does not know that it's not always about them every other time. Sometimes it needs to be others first, then automatically it will be you. People who have mastered this are politicians. They're actually very good at this. During electoral campaigning period, they actually coin their message around the electorates. It's never about them. They're able to manipulate people into voting them into office. They have mastered the art of putting people and their campaign message around people and not around them. Cruel, but it helps get the point home, right? People actually open door for you when they find you to be selfless. Try it out. Habits. Someone who is unaware of who they are actually just imposters. In another word, pretenders. In public, they have good PR. They have mastered a good public display. You'd almost say it's manipulative. Don't care attitudes are usually their order of the day. After all, they're insensitive and conform to their narcissistic nature. What's morally wrong isn't really a taboo for them. If the mind likes it or doesn't like it, they just roll with it. What can you do? Now that you're able to see just how important the journey of self-discovery is, you need to take up that ladder. You need to climb up that ladder. Remember, no man is an island. We all need each other. Since we now know who we are able to understand where we are coming from and where we are going, which is our target. Our past is now more in tune with us. We know our limits, our standards, our boundaries, what we can take and what we can't take, what we can compromise, what we can't compromise, what we can't overlook, and obviously, most importantly, a little bit of where we want to be. Like a rough draft of your vision. Your past leads you. Now, I want you to keep in mind that there's someone you admire, someone who you draw some sort of aspiration from. You're probably looking at your life and there are areas that you dislike. Due to the fact that you have a higher goal, definitely you're going to have to make some sacrifices along the way. If you want to become someone you've never been, definitely you have to do things that you've never done before. As you slowly continue to realize who you are becoming, and who you want to become, you slowly also begin to realize that there are simple steps and measures that you need to set in order to become that person or to get to where you want to be in life. For example, you need a routine. You become more self-aware of the things you want to achieve. Therefore, you set rules, you set procedures to get you there. The pores of your mind are opened now. Your choices guide you. You begin to understand that although you may escape responsibility, you will not escape the consequences of escaping those responsibilities. Each too has its consequences. So you take shape and take a course of action. You become intentional. To simply put it, alive again. Life is hard and no one promises rainbows and sunshine. No, but you do not give up. No, you push and you push and you push on. Now that you've realized that you're alive, you love that realization and you want to keep it on for as long as possible. You do not want to gamble. You're actually very ruthless with anything that messes up with that part of your life. You know what it takes to get you there. You've done it. So you create a plan that will keep you on the right course, help you avoid detours that you should not take, and other sorts of distractions. New habits are hard to form and stick with. This is actually a state that may prove to be very psychological for you and actually take a great toll in your life. You must survive this phase. Yes, it's just a phase, no permanency, but once you are able to leap past it, definitely good things will come. Habits that you create are not there to overwhelm you. They're not there to be in your way, but like in a newsroom, these are evergreen stories that are running regardless of whether there is a news or there's no news. Habits come with a change in sleeping pattern, friendship, time management. It's an improvement of the earlier routine, and this is a result of knowing who you are, then you know where you've come from, and now when you are able to understand your standards, whatever you want, and the person you are trying to become, definitely you build a routine that is going to get you to where you want to go. Habits are just the big difference that you have been missing your whole life. You are in full control of your life as you now know who you are. You've begun that journey. You've actually formed new habits that will lead you to greatness. So what next? When you look around in life, what do you see? What's lacking? What do people want that's not there? What do you have in your hands? If you wish to rise, you need to help enough other people, and consequentially, you will rise too. Take an example of Jeff Bezos. He made purchasing smooth and easy for people. Google, they made searching for something seamless and fast. You can search literally anything that you are unfamiliar with. So, what can you do? What can you make seamless, fast, and easy for people that is actually in your hands? Everywhere in the world, there's always something that is lacking. The world is not perfect, but it can always be better. Gain a skill or maximize on one. If you have no value, learn one. If you have value but no one can see it, build it. There are numerous amounts of skills that you can maximize on according to your liking or according to its prospects. You need to be able to bring value to people with whatever it is that you have. You can always learn a new skill: photography, editing, finance, whatever it is. As long as it's something you know and you can share it with the world and generate impact, that's good. You have a skill but people cannot see it. Make them. Find unique ways of doing this common things so well that it does not pass by anyone's mind. Then what you need to do is maximize on that. Make your presence known on whatever value you have to offer, and then scale it. Chances are eventually, sooner or later, you will make something out of it. Something will definitely give, but you cannot know something and not be around people. Find out from the people that you interact with. Find out what's happening, what's disgusting them. Make time for social interactions. Do not ignore them. They are very important. But mind you, don't become distracted. That's the way to reach your goal. That's the whole point on going on this journey. There's still lots of pieces of this puzzle that need to be found. Reward. Definitely everyone in this universe wants to achieve something, don't you? Well then, you need to have an aspiration to behold. Now that you're able to know who you are, you're able to know what risks you can take or you should take, and which you need not even give a thought. You are now fully aware. The road to success becomes easier. Not easy, easier. You have focus and it's on lock. Like an elite sniper, you do not miss your target. It's one shot, one kill. Your past is your training ground. You know where you want to be and you set a course accordingly. Success to you is no fluke. It's by design, and it's because you have a system that is helping you to get there. Definitely in this journey, you will achieve mastery. You either know what's in your hands or learn something so that you can have something in your hands and you maximize it. You definitely know what failure is because you've learned through a whole system of knowing yourself, experimenting, and now you know better. After every knockout, somehow you find the will and strength to get up. Definitely you have the will to succeed, so you put measures to do so. You invest your time in succeeding, never satisfied but always hungry. The size of the fight in you is ever growing. You lose but you get up. Now, if you've done this, what is the likely outcome? Success. You're able to get what you want, or at the very least, the half of what you want, because you're still evolving and never stopping. You're very different from when you're at zero. In other words, you start getting the rewards slowly by slowly. You start getting the impact of your hard and smart work. You are now on the same level of those you admire, or you're on the same level of those who you admire when they were starting out. The dopamine you get from this reward is so fulfilling, you'd never trade it for anything. Are you happy? Perhaps. Maybe, maybe not. But the goal was never about happiness anyway. The goal was about why you are here. You're here to create an impact, to change the world, and in turn, the world changes you. You master it, you learn to evolve, you get the rewards. It's priceless. I really enjoy making these videos for you. If you like it, click on the like button, and if you're super impressed and looking forward to more content of this nature, you can hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell. I don't want you to miss out.